sitting down there with a hammer of family. Yeah, one more mate. Move forward to some extra knots. It's a long 90 minutes if there's not a lot of action. It's only for 5-4 quality. Marking the rain, mate. At this point, the fact that it's dry is a bit of a blessing today. Next week's not looking good. Oh, you there? Oh, that wild, wasn't it? Managed to keep yourself relatively dry, or you?
Yeah, I was fine.
And that pitch the day before meant they literally posted a thank you post to the ground staff. It was absolute mint. And we've had it all this year, mate. We've had it all. We're one tornado away from the bingo club. Yeah, that's mine. That way I can, yeah, Sammy can get you. Yeah, come get you. So today after full time, I'm going to essentially sprint out for the presentation. So this is whoever wins this game wins the league. Yep. So whichever one gets it. Literally, I'll just do it kind of in front of this grandstand. So I'm just ADS, just so you can see.
That's what happened. Yeah, no.
It's pretty much the hard. Full season it comes down to the last two teams that play against each other. So Maitland are 2 points ahead. They played each other twice in the league and the group. They played each other in the State Cup final, they got London, so they played us. And then played each other in the League Cup final, and Azzurri won that by a goal. So it has been tight. Two best teams in the league.
It was like... I was saying to your mum that every game, every time you play Resies, you feel like by yourself.
Right here,
First grade girls can come home today, and we've got all our teams quite sitting right at the top of the table. Right here to go, we run the final score. Great attribute to everyone involved in the women's program. Excellent. I thought that was great. Okay, so I'm going to call out the name. You can go to Rast and he'll give you your medal. Then we'll get a team photo with the trophy. Then we'll get ourselves off in time for first race. That's good? Excellent. Alex Pagarullo. Maya Schofield. Maitland Johnson. Lucy Pratt. Had such a great season, we're doing it twice. Well done, mate. Brilliant. Georgie Williams. Hey. Taylor Wright. Sienna Frost.
And she's already had one this season.
Georgia Murphy.
Actually, no, I saw you driving yesterday at Aldi. I know, you were going to the gate and then I saw your mum like do something like this and you're like, and then I saw your hands go up. I know, it's so bad. I hate it.
Peter O'Hara. Sophie Johnson.
You want to be there.
And Lee Cunningham. Oh, of course. Oh, Gareth. And the two coaches. So first we've got Zach Mohammed. And assistant coach Mackenzie Davies. And manager, never forget the team manager. Sarah Thornton. Well done.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Cook Square Park for today's title decider. Yes, it is a title decider. It is the final league match of the season for Maitland and Charlestown Azzurri, and after an entire season, it all comes down to this 90 minutes. We currently have Maitland top of the league on 42 points. We have Azzurri just 2 points behind them. So a win for Azzurri will mean they claim the Premiership on Maitland's soil, or a draw or a win for the home team means they get some silverware to start their finals campaign as well. So a massive match. It doesn't come any bigger than this for both of these teams. Let's have a run through of the starting lineups for both teams today. For the home team, for the Maitland Magpies, in goals, number 1, Annabella Thornton. Number 2, Charlotte O'Connor. Number 4, Keely Gothrope. Number 7, Lana Kearney. Number 10, Josie Morley. Number 11, Sophie Stableford. Number 14, Renee Pountney. Number 18, Talia Gosner. Number 23, Georgia Amos. Number 36, Sophie Nanadovich. And number 15, Willow Neal on the bench for Maitland today. Number 3, Julia Innes. Number 5, Paige Kingston Hogg. Number 9, Sophie Jones. Number 17, Serena Carter. Number 30, Sienna Frost. Number 35, Marian Swing. And number 39, Alexandra Tagarulius. Coached, of course, by Joe Wright. And for Azzurri, the visitors today in goals, number 16, Danielle Bartels. Number 6, Alyssa Togo Paragali. Number 8, Brianna Williams. Number 28, Chelsea Lucas. Number 3, Chloe Martin. Number 7, Gemma Simon. Number 5, Georgia Brown. Number 17, Callista Hunter. Number 14, Maddie Glagos. Number 19, Sarah Knowles. And number 11, Chloe Catley. On the bench for the visitors today, number 1, Mally Blanche. Number 2, Kyra Dickey. Number 21, Holly Vitno. Number 23, Naya Small. Number 30, Kate Spranger. And number 32, Sienna Fraser-Kelly. Coached, of course, by Heath White. We are almost about to get ourselves underway. Flynn Cope is the man in the middle today. He's assisted by Tess Bromfield, Miles Black, Corey Vicinton as the 4th official. And this is what both teams have been fighting for all season. It is that Premiership. And we're about to kick off underway. And here we go. It's now or never for both teams. Someone on the pitch today is walking away with the Premiership trophy and the Premiership medals. Will it be the home side with the 2-point advantage, or will it be an away win for Azzurri to seal the Premiership? Fast-paced start already. Ball gets through, be cleared away by Callista Hunter. Plays it up to Chelsea Lucas. Loses possession. Again, slightly frantic start already. Not many passes sticking for either team at this point. And you wouldn't expect anything less. I imagine both Heath White and Joe Wright have pumped up their teams big style for this, given what's on the line. Gemma Simon comes back to Georgia Brown. Shout of handball, but nothing giving there. Williams loses possession. And a careless pass ends up with Chloe Catley. Shot doesn't come to much. Slight bit of indecision in the back there. Ball makes its way out to Josie Morley. No free kick given. Flynn Cope letting the game breathe. And a long ball out to the left-hand side. And we'll end up back with Bartels with a long clearance. Won by Gothrop. We'll go out for the throw-in. And that'll be Chloe Martin to take on the right-hand side. Makes its way through. It's brought out to the centre as they try and work their way through the keeper. Thornton deciding she wants to go back where it came. Again, looking for that release on the left hand side. not quite getting there, but it is one. Stapleford coming in and continuing that. O'Connor pushes it wide. Lana Kearney does get the throw. Again, played back, just starting to slow down ever so slightly after that frantic opening couple of minutes. Hunter clears it only as far as Pountney. Finds its way back to Hunter. She looks up, tries to go over the massive bodies in the middle. Charlotte O'Connor with the clearance out for another throw. Most of the play on that far side at the moment. Nodded on by Gallegos. Couldn't get quite as far as Knowles. Long ball towards Sarah Knowles. Will O'Neill there with, well, I was going to say the tackle, but it looks like the shadowing it out as the throw-in went to the home side. Ball still in according to the officials. Maitland come away with it. Two captains do battle in the middle of the park there. Calista Hunter, the newly appointed captain after the injury to Fraser. No foul there. Throw in taken by Neil. Brandon Williams tried to find Gallegos but couldn't get any air on it. Comes back to Stapleford. Tried the ball through for Amos. And certainly some physicality there from Chloe Catley as one out. Gallegos got two on her. Tries to put it over for Williams, but cleared. Into a bit of no man's land in the middle there, and it's picked up by Azzurri. Catley plays it out to Hunter. She's under pressure from Stapleford. Eventually goes out for what will be a Maitland throw. And it was very clear early on there won't be a lot of time to dwell on the ball for either team today. Of course, these teams have met 4 times already this season, and to say they've been hard to separate would not be an understatement, but we'll leave that and we'll talk about Georgia Amos on the right hand side. And I think that was an attempted cross. She saw a couple of options coming at the back post there to Georgia Amos, but just off the wrong bit of the foot. Yes, as I was saying, both of these teams have played 4 times this season in the league. They've beaten each other once. Interestingly, they've both lost their own home games. So Azzurri winning here 1-0 with an 80th minute winner. And Maitland taking the points at Lyle Carr Oval. Of course, we had the Women's State Cup final. There's a call for a handball on Stapleford there. We had the Women's State Cup final, which ended prematurely as of Ina Fraser's injury, and they were both declared joint winners in that instance. And then there was a League Cup, the only time the two have really been separated. It was a 3-2 win to Charlestown Azzurri. So top 2 teams, and they have been very, very hard to separate the entire season. But someone's getting separated, someone's getting the trophy tonight. Ball played through to Amos. Whether she's onside or not, the flag stayed down. Bartels is out of her goal. Amos takes a shot, but it's blocked. Amos goes again with a high one. Bartels doesn't look very comfortable at all. I I think in that initial challenge with Amos, she certainly hurt herself. Let's hope it's nothing too serious this early in the match. Do of course have Miley Blanche on the bench. In those previous games this year, Mary and Swing got two of the goals when they won at Lyle Carr, and that was another goal from Stapleford for the 3-0 win that day. Swing on the bench, Stapleford obviously starting, so they'll know the danger of her when she comes on, which no doubt she will at one point. Of course, Maddie Gallegos with the winning goal right here at Cook Square Park in the round 14 game in June. Players just taking a chance to recoup, have a chat. Looks like Bartels wants to continue, but she certainly doesn't look comfortable at this point. Well, it was a frantic start to the game, and a little break probably won't be a bad thing for everyone, just to settle some of the nerves. They will also do everything they can to keep Bartels on the pitch, but the firepower that Maitland have got, you also really don't want to be anything more than, or anything too far from 100%. Obviously slightly more lengthy delay to this one, given it is a goalkeeper. Just build for the tension as the injury time comes for the end of the first half. It's been a good few minutes already. Looks like Bartels will try and continue. Looks like some heavy strapping around that ankle area now. Relatively safe assumption that she won't be on goal kick duty while she's got that strapping. And we are back underway. Round 21, NPLW, right here live on YouTube. Congratulations on being part of more than 1 million people who have watched, or 1 million views we've had on NPL this year. Throw in for Maitland on the far side. Looking for options, finds Gallegos making a run. Thornton will be quicker to get there, concede the throw, but for all the interplay in the middle and all the quick tackling, that one long ball through almost found Gallegos. Thornton was quick off the line though. Misstep there by Amos. That'll be the throw to Azzurri. Gemma Simon working to try and keep it in for Azzurri. She does, but gives away possession. Another Azzurri throw. Tries to find Simon. Cleared. Amos over her head. Just a collection of Charlestown Azzurri throws at this point. Lagos comes in. Notch another one for the tally. Stapleford. Played out wide. Looking for Amos. Bounces over Georgia Brown, and Amos has got the run on the left, the right hand side. Amos tucks it inside, tries the 1-2 with Stapleford, but it's blocked off. And Azzurri come away with it, but again another misplaced pass. There's been a few of them today. Maybe the nerves of the occasion. Stapleford goes out to the left towards Pountney. Pountney's looking inside, goes towards Gothrop, but cleared by Chloe Martin. Will it be a throw or a corner? I think it's a corner. Clearly a rehearsed corner kick here. 4 players in a line, ready to break. I'm sure they'll all scatter shortly as the corners floated in, as they do. Unfortunately, all for nothing at that point. Played out to the right hand side. Hunter. A little bit of time to eye up a pass again, going that more direct route. Cleared relatively easily. Hunter again, really trying to force the issue. Tries to get it through to Gallegos, but puts it out for a throw in. It's a corner. Gallegos plays it central towards Simon, but it is cleared. And again, they're going for that long ball towards Amos. That has certainly been a tactic early in this game for the home side. Neil takes the throw. Cleared well and truly into safety. Be another throw in. Neil will go again. Ball played up towards Chelsea Lucas. Tries to look inside for Gallegos, but it's cut out. Kearney. Nenanovic comes out with it. She's looking inside. Plays inside, goes out looking for Will O'Neill. That's the first test of Bartel's injury, and she's certainly passed that relatively confidently. Nenanovic. Stapleford. Pountney. Stapleford. You only really got one in the middle to aim for, and Josie Morley. She's got reinforcements with Keely Gothrop coming in. And that late run from Gothrop was the perfect run, just couldn't quite get the connection on it to open the scoring here. And in more than most matches, you feel like the opening goal here is going to be incredibly crucial. Nadovic again with a header. Catley trying to open up and go forward. She does get it forward, out to the right hand side. The ball comes in towards Gallegos and very calmly played back. Not so calmly cleared by Thornton. Simon under pressure from Amos. Puts the ball in. And it was aimed towards Gallegos. Defensive header there into the hands of Thornton. Big one up the field, but cleared. Nadovic again in the middle. Looking to open up. Again looking for that ball to Amos. Simon tries the 1-2 with Knowles. Neil was too quick, just nipped in inside, got it back to Thornton as they start to play out from the right hand side again. Looking for options. Trying to go direct towards Stapleford, but very well cleared. That time by Togo Paragali. Callista Hunter going big on the right hand side for Chelsea Lucas. Lucas tries to get it into a central area. Gallegos, well, she was trying to put the pressure on. It was a good run from Chelsea Lucas after the ball from Hunter. And the Maitland defence done just enough. Will be a corner for the away side. You feel if Maitland get the opening goal, then that's going to make it feel like a much tougher task for Azzurri, but Azzurri get that opening goal, and where did the nerves sit for the home side? Corner coming in. Up towards the back post. Hunter made herself available for the header, but it was cleared, and another corner from the other side. Togo Paragali will take the corner from the far side. Towards the front post and doesn't make the grade. Nothing more frustrating as a player or a coach when you get a set piece and don't capitalise on it. But that's one apiece now for both teams. Thornton with a short goal kick, goes out wide again to Neil. Nadovic under pressure, Stapleford under pressure, but coming out with the ball. And a little bit of afters there. Showing what it means. Neil under pressure, Simon comes out with it. Gothrop tries to flick it through to Pountney, doesn't quite make it there. Hunter gets there just in front. Catley finds Hunter again. She's looking forward towards Lucas, and the ball did seem to just go a little bit slower than everyone initially thought. Certainly the Maitland defence gave Chelsea Lucas a sniff. Thornton opting to go long this time, out towards Pountney. It's cleared by Martin, drops back to Callista Hunter. Martin again. Ball just staying in. Has been very heavily focused on that far side. Gallegos again very big on that forward pressure. Shots taken, but will be a comfortable one for Annabella Thornton. Thornton. Hunter Look central. Knowles takes it whilst under pressure. Togo Paragali bouncing it off Simon. And a good forward ball through to Georgia Brown, who's trying to get it back from Gallegos. Eventually does, but can only put it out for the throw. Azzurri, especially on this left-hand side, have been very strong in the air. Seen those high, long balls to try and release Amos and use her pace, but they've been very smart to be able to read most of them. Both Togo Paragali and Georgia Brown. Misplaced there. Chelsea Lucas tries to burrow her way through. Drops out. Simon puts the pressure on. Neal finds Amos. Under pressure again from Brown. She hasn't had a second to breathe as Georgia Amos, but she goes now. Again tries to find Stapleford, but Togo Paragali, well, she's unhappy with the treatment from Amos. I think Amos was genuinely going for the ball there, but she certainly caught a piece of Togo Paragali there, who was not happy about it. Gosner forcing another throw. Brown to take. She's got Knowles next to her. Gallegos in the middle, but opts to try and go for Simon. It's cleared again for another throw. Neal's head, and then again just doesn't drop out. Will O'Neill will get it straight under pressure, but neat footwork. Nenadovich looks for Amos. That's good interplay there. Unfortunately, the ball forward was just a bit too much, and Hunter was on the end of it. Brown trying to find Gallegos. She's got pace. And solid defence there by Talia Gosner. Another corner for the away side. Still 0-0 here, round 21, NPLW live on YouTube. And it's still goalless in this Premiership deciding match. Corner to the back post. Hunter again, that's the second time we've seen her start quite deep and then make her way into it. That's certainly something they've been working on. Lucas. Gemma Simon. Well, it was an awkward height. Whether it was going to bounce or be able to be caught straight away. We know she's got the talent to do that. Comfortable in the end for Thornton though. Again, Togo Paragali. She's absolutely swallowed up everything that's come high into that area today so far. Hunter goes forward just a little bit over O'Connor. No pressure on at that point, so easy to leave for Annabella Thornton. She gets it back, looking forward now. Go through it. Back out to O'Connor. Again, trying that ball through for Amos. And cleared by Bartels there. It's clearly a ploy, and it only needs to work once or twice for it to be a very clever ploy. That was definitely a late challenge there on Will O'Neill. Certainly heard the contact from where we are. Free kick to the home side. Nenadovich to take. Bounces through 2 or 3 there. Renee Poutney. Stapleford. Cuts inside 1, but can't cut outside 2. Be a throw into the home side. Certainly no foul going to be given for that. Just a little period of contested possession here. No one will be able to kind of get the foot on the ball. As now the home side. Amos tries quick interchange with Nanavic. Amos again gets the win. Togo Paragali for company. On the corner for the home side. Sophie Nanavic to take the corner. It's got Stapleford nice and close for company. Looks like it's going in. Stapleford will be on hand for the clearance. Goes to the back post. And unfortunately, again, another wasted corner. Had a couple of them today. Bartel certainly looking more confident after that injury, taking the goal kick. That's a short one to Hunter. Give away possession, but ends up with Sophie Nanavic. Drops back towards Gosner. She's got Neil one more on the right hand side, but chooses to go central to Gothrop. Eventually gets to Neil. Sarah Knowles putting the pressure on, but giving away the throw. Neil. No one near Melissa Togo Paragali. Certainly Daniel Bartels did not look comfortable after that. Simon tries to play it forward through to Gallegos, but it does just run through to Annabella Thornton. Long one, nodded on by Gothrop, but cleared by Hunter, but it does drop now to Minarovic. Hunter again. She's going to stride forward here with it. She's got not many options in front of her. Callista Hunter cuts inside, takes a shot and wins the corner. Well, that is solid work from Callista Hunter after winning the initial clearance inside her own half, then won the next tackle and strode forward about 45 metres and wins her team a corner. Togo Paragali to take the corner. Again, they'll be looking for Hunter potentially at that back post. That's where it goes. Simon gets up. Pile of bodies and a goal kick. Well, it's certainly been more of a scrappy contest, but you can understand that given what's on the line today. And both teams taking the chance to get a drink and some words of wisdom from their coaching staff. Both coaches spoke in the media this week before today's match. Joe Wright happy they got the game in last week when most others certainly didn't, given the wet weather, and reflecting on the loss to Azzurri in that home match. Yeah, he said he can't live in the past, but they've learned some things from it, and it was a wake-up call, not so much a turning point, given both teams have only lost one match, interestingly only to each other this year. But there's near excitement around the camp in Maitland, given what's on the line, and not so different from Heath White and the Azzurri camp. They enjoy playing here. I've certainly acknowledged they've had some big matches. It has absolutely at this point been the season of Maitland and Azzurri. And he spoke briefly about what he called the hardened resolve of the Azzurri players and their unseen desire to compete. So interesting choice of words from Heath White there in terms of his team's attitude towards the match and the season. There's that hardened resolve, really trying to get across that competitive spirit and essentially will not to lose. I think that's another way of putting that, but both teams certainly in a good mindset for it. I don't think anyone would be surprised if this ended up being the NPL Women's Grand Final this year also, although there's two other teams that might have something to say about that, and New Lambton and Olympic are absolutely on their day. Can certainly beat either team. And unfortunately, this looks like the end of the road at this point. Assuming there'll be a substitution here for the away side. Let's get some confirmation if there's going to be a sub at this point. Does look like Holly Vitno has come on. Back underway. Vitno getting into it straight away. Neil against Gallegos. Vitno. So to Simon. Chloe Catley takes the shot. Confirm, I believe that is Sarah Knowles that has gone off injured. My apologies, sorry, it's Callista Hunter. As Pountney gets on the left-hand side. Gemma Simon gets in the way there. I think that's Callista Hunter, that is a big loss. Togo Paragali. Williams cuts inside. Simon slotted into that centre back role where Hunter was. Knowles on the right hand side now putting pressure on, so it's certainly been a bit of a reshuffle to cope with Hunter's substitution. And that is a big loss for not only for today's game in the potential Premiership, but also for final series, if that's anything more than a knock just for the day. I think Nenanovic there was the meat and a sandwich of 3 Azzurri players. Gets the throw. Neal, she's looking forward. Stapleford tries to stay onside, does so, but having to curb her run. Brown, interchange with Togo Paragali. Goes inside, but it's cut out by Gothrop. Fitno wins out though to Knowles. Gallegos plays it on the right hand side for Martin. She's got a couple of options inside if she can get the ball across. She tries. It is blocked, but she tries again. And that one is eventually cleared on the far side. Stapleford, but it's Stapleford against 3 at this point. Simon. That ball floated in. Amos versus Brown. Drops for Amos. Brown gets a foot in though. But no, certainly wasn't taking any prisoners there. And plenty of a little bit of debate amongst the bench and the crowd around who the throw-in was for. It does go to Maitland. And we'll get another go. Will O'Neill. Gothrop can only get it through to Togo Paragali. He gets it out to Vitno. Slightly floaty clearance there, but it will drop. Amos might get there. And well, I'm not sure that was a back pass. I can see why they're asking, but it certainly was more Georgia Brown just trying to get a foot on it to get away from Amos. And it just so happened to go back to Bartels. It's a fair call from our match official there. Lucas has some space in front of her, but slight miscontrol. Vitno, well, she's certainly been everywhere since she's come on for Hunter. Plays it towards Catley. Wasn't quite a pass or a shot at that point. Thornton just taking the opportunity to take a little bit of a sting out of the game. They know a draw is good for them. And whilst no one seems to be playing for a draw at this point, there will come a point in this match where it becomes more and more of a reality that a draw will seal a Premiership for the home side. There's certainly no mistaking that Azzurri have come here for the win. They are going for absolutely everything. And to be fair to Maitland, if they can keep this Azzurri side out for 90 minutes, then they'd be close to deserving it. Stapleford tries to send Pountney, but closed down. And you centre-half partnership of Simon and Togo Paragali at the moment. Telegraphed by Neal. Gothrop. Gosner. Going long for Amos. Georgia Brown gets there, but a very good tackle there. Neil. Gothrop's got a little bit of space in there. She tries to flick it over for Amos. Togo Paragali will get there. Go out for another throw. Neil. Amos tries to nod it on, but it's cleared by Lucas. She's only got Gallegos up there. Solid challenge there, both Nenadovich and Vitno. Ball comes in to the back post. And slight bit of indecision there. Potentially Bartel's not coming for it. Amos has let the ball go out to allow Vitno to be assessed by the referee initially. Certainly was a heavy clash. They were both going, I don't think there was any foul in it. They were both going for it and neither pulled out. Doesn't make it hurt any less, to be fair. Amos will take the throw now as we get back underway. Charged down by Lucas. Clears it again for another throw. Lucas certainly doing a defensive shift. Will O'Neill close down. And idea from Stapleford was to get it out to Georgia Amos, but she wasn't back as far as she could have been. Georgia Brown clears it off Amos. Neil gets in front of Lucas. Stapleford trying to use Amos's pace again, and she'll get there. Gets the cross in, but couldn't find the target. Gemma Simon got time to control it and look up. Gallegos tries to hold off, but Gothrop with a back heel. It does work out, only just. Nenadovich trying to look for Stapleford, who will put pressure on Togo Paragali, but experience there. Goal kick. And of course in injury time, but certainly going to be a fair chunk of that, given both the Bartels and the Hunter injuries. Bartel still on the field, thankfully. Hunter not so lucky. Nenadovich with a header out. Georgia Brown takes the throw, flicked on. Josie Morley. And again, the ref letting it float as it goes out to the left hand side. County takes the shot and just goes wide. And the offside flag was up there on Pountney. Certainly been a physical contest today, there's no doubt about that. No quarter asked and none given by either side. And to be fair to both sides, not much complaints about it either. The referee's trying to let it float. Vitno tries to play it through to Knowles. That'll be another corner for Azzurri. Togo Paragali makes the 50-60 metre run up to take the corner kick on the far side. They don't have the threat of Hunter at the moment, but Holly Vitnell's certainly been a presence. Goes central. It's going to drop to Vitnell. She takes the shot. Holly Vitnell. And it goes out for a goal kick. Well, she came on to replace Hunter, and she's directly replaced her threat from the corners as well. Goal kick, Thornton to take. Morley. Anadovic. That's the ball through for Amos they've been looking for. Georgia Brown stands her up. Very good defending by Georgia Brown. Amos has a second goal. She's got Neil for help. Chelsea Lucas getting in, but Keely Gothrop again. And then Anadovic. Gothrop tries to play it through. It bounces off the defender and almost drops for Amos at the edge of the box. Then Anadovic. And well, cries of where's the card for that one, and Anadovic can consider herself a little lucky. Certainly seen them given. She knew what she was doing there, but free kick is all it is. Togo Paragali to take. She's going long. That's cleared to the left-hand side. It'll be a throw-in. Martin with the throw. Tries to flick it on. And free kick given to Maitland. Can't be too much longer left in this half. Certainly Charlestown Azzurri trying to squeeze everything they can out of every minute here. They know they need the goal. No two ways about it. Vitnell to Lucas. Brown. Tries to find Vitnell. She looks like she'll get there. And just misses out. It looked like it was on for a sec, but just run out of real estate. Short goal kick taken out to the left-hand side to O'Connor. Gothrop. Long ball through, but Simon will win that. Charlestown aerially have been very strong. Maitland often trying to get in behind, whether it's to Stapleford Pountney or Amos. A very clever reading from the Azzurri defenders has meant that lots of headed clearances have been the end of those stories. Will be Gemma Simon now. Got Bartels, who certainly looks relatively comfortable here, but in a few of the free kicks and goal kicks has pulled up slightly after putting her foot through the ball. Gosner. Stapleford puts it forward for Pountney. Looks like she's got the legs to get there as well, and she does. She keeps it in. Pountney crosses it. Amos is in the middle, but Bartels safe hands. And an early release as well. You know, time is precious even in the first half. Lucas loses a footing up against Neil, but no drop for Williams. Half time here at Cook Square Park. It is 0-0 here between Maitland and Charlestown Azzurri. Premiership is still on the line. There is 45 minutes to go, and of course someone will be walking home today as premiers. Stick around for the second half. We'll be back shortly for Maitland versus Azzurri in the NPL Women's.
Maitland FC makes it Maitland bowling club.
That's the feeling. Progress. Momentum. Getting somewhere. That's what it feels like when you bank with Newcastle Permanent. With local experts and award-winning customer service. We're here for you, and we're here for good. yeah, that's the feeling. Progress. Momentum. Getting somewhere. That's what it feels like when you bank with Newcastle Permanent. With local experts and award-winning customer service. We're here for you, and we're here for good.
And straight back into the frantic pace that we saw in the first half, sorry. Maddie, as I've been just reliably informed, Maddie apologies for that. I've been reliably informed it's Maddie Gallegos, not Maddie Gallego, so apologies to Maddie for mispronouncing her name for potentially a couple of seasons now. Neil on the right hand side, followed by Togo Paragili. Chelsea Lucas looks inside, slight miscontrol. Stapleford tries to turn inside. Gemma Simon wins out. O'Connor loses out. Goes out to Knowles. And Knowles just loses her footing at the key moment. It does go out for a throw-in. The last thing Azzurri need now is another injury. And she is going to require attention as Sarah Knowles think every second tier that's going to be added on is just going to add to the tension at the end of this match if the scores are still level or close. The West Side have already been forced to use one of their substitution windows for the injury in the first half to their new captain, Callista Hunter, who's taken over from the previous injured captain, Jane Fraser. Knowles is certainly not looking in a great way at the moment. She is putting pressure on it though. And Martin to take the throw, goes to Lucas. Ball out to the right hand side to Amos. Cleared by Togo Panagali, straight into the car park. Happy to know that Sarah Knowles is back on the pitch. Looking a little ginger, but confident to play. Bartels has got the ball at her feet now. Strong kick with that injured foot. Added on. Lucas using her pace, putting Thornton under serious pressure there. And the free kick will go Maitland's way. I don't think there was a head clash, but I certainly think there was a shoulder. Yeah, I don't think there's any intent in either of those, but there certainly was a collision between a head and a shoulder. Certainly take every care if it is a head injury to make sure that She is okay to continue. Always an important player, Renee Poutney. All the right tests. Poutney does come back on as the ball's played out to the right hand side. Neal tries to get the cross in. Be a corner for the home side. Again, it'll be interesting how the dynamics will shift for any goal in this match today. Whilst the draw as it stands does suit Maitland, they're aware that playing for a draw against this Azzurri side is not a smart plan for 90 minutes. And to be fair to Joe Wright and his team, they haven't. They've been trying to win the match. Corner floated in. Cleared by Togo Paragali. Morley plays it out to the right hand side. Deep cross in, and it's left. Confusion at the back there. Well, it was left over Simon's head, and then neither defender nor keeper claimed it. You do get away with that one, but you won't want to be playing that game too often. Gothrop takes the shot. A little bit of movement in it, but ultimately didn't have the venom to trouble Bartel's in the Azzurri goal. Lucas nods it on, but cleared away by Gosner. Gosner versus Lucas. And Gosner ends up almost on the Azzurri bench, but she's straight back into it, no complaints. Gothrop under pressure from Catley. Slightly risky ball, but it does get through to O'Connor. Gosner, she's looking out to the right hand side. Morley tries to get it through to Will O'Neill. And Togo Paragali gets it off Neal and gets the goal kick. Bartel's indicating it's going to be long, it's going to be direct. And I may mention there a little bit, both of these teams have only lost one game all season, and it was their home game against each other. So only one extra draw is the difference between the two of them. Ball played through. Drops to Gothrop on the edge of the box. Tries to put to Stapleford. Vitno gets there. Poutney. I'm not sure if that was I think it was a shot, but certainly wasn't her best effort. She's got 7 goals already this season, as does our partner on the other side of the park in Georgia Amos. Top goal scorer for Maitland is currently sitting on the bench in Marion Swing. Of course, 3 of them coming against 2 of them coming against Charlestown Azzurri. Glegas takes the throw, tries to find Lucas. Lucas nods it on. Throw in Telegraph there. And Stapleford, I think she was tugged a little bit there by Togo Paragali. Brown certainly got some space, but unfortunately it was fired at her throat. Unable to control it. Gothorpe gets it through. Nenadovich up against her opposite number. And Chelsea Lucas came back from an offside position. Top goal scorers for Azzurri where we're at it. As Galegas and Galegas on 15, Ailes on 13, and the injured Gina Fraser on 6. And that was a solid challenge by Gemma Simon. Got the ball, certainly took a fair bit of Sophie Stapleford on her way through it. Don't think there's any specific injury there. I think that's just a hard clash of bodies. Throw in to be taken. Gothorpe brings it through to Neil. Striker back there doing some defensive work. Obviously not unusual to see. Oh well, I think that's a statement there from our match official. That's a yellow card for kicking the ball away. Everyone knows what's at stake today, and every bit of time that's wasted at this point brings it closer to a Maitland Premiership. Of course, that can change in an instant. There's one goal for Azzurri, it means it's their Premiership to have. Narovic apologising to some fans who were in the firing line there as she certainly put her foot through that clearance. Gosner sees it out. Will O'Neill to take the throw on the far side. Lucas putting Gosner under pressure. Kearney cuts outside Knowles, but certainly back under pressure. Simon finds a goalkeeper. Bartels. Oh, it's just a miss hit there by Will O'Neill. And it looked like it's a goal kick, much to the disagreement of the Azzurri bench in front of us, but it is a goal kick to be taken by Annabelle Thornton, who I imagine will spend a lot of this evening trying to look like she's running fast while running as slow as possible. Morley back to a corner. Kearney mishits it, but it stays in. Kearney gets it back. Simon. Gosner just gets her body in the way. Gilius. Amos wins the throw. She will leave it for Will O'Neill. Goes back to Gosner. Neil tries to play it centrally. It will get to Stapleford. She's under pressure, but Stapleford tries to release Renee Pountney early. Free kick's given to the Maitland captain, Nenadovich. She's chosen a quick free kick there to aim for Pountney, and execution wasn't great, and I'm not sure if Joe Wright will be a fan of the decision of that quick free kick given the circumstances. Pountney up against Knowles. Certainly a competitor is Sarah Knowles. Kearney. Simon up against Stapleford. Simon gets the win, gets it to Knowles. Kearney again, coming in, winning the second challenge, getting it to Nenadovich. Decides to cut inside. Sophie Nenadovich. Nenadovich takes the shot. Nenadovich! And some save by Danielle Bartels. Well, she chose to cut inside rather than spread the play wide. She took a touch, realised she had some space, struck it, albeit centrally, but still a required save by Danielle Bartels. Will be a corner to the home side. Nenadovich and Stapleford outside again. Nenadovich drops front post, calls for handball. On first glance, not sure whether it hit her hand and whether she could do much about it. Chelsea Lucas plays it forward. Very good covering defence from Will O'Neill on the opposite side of the park from where she usually is. Gets it to Pountney. And, well, I think that was a little bit over-eager. Georgia Brown. Elias. Wants to throw, doesn't get it. Now we're on the captain's armband. Long ball through, will make its way through to Bartels, who has certainly put herself in a bit of a position here. And I think she thought she may have got better contact on that one, but could have got caught out. Bit of scrap on the far side that ends in a Azzurri throw-in. I guess certainly using every yard she possibly can from that throw. Brown to Lucas. That'll be a Maitland throw. Does look like Marion Swing is getting ready to come on. She is top goal scorer in the league this year for Azzurri, for Maitland, my apologies. Stapleford cuts inside and back out again under serious pressure. No free kick given. Pountney just gets the touch. Togo Paligali takes it out of danger. She'll look for Knowles, but that was a poor clearance. Substitution for the home side here, their first substitution. Marion Swing going on. I think that's Renee Pountney that's gone off. Offside there given. It will be a free kick for Azzurri as they make their first sub. Kyra Dickey. Kyra Dickey comes on. She is replacing Williams. Knowles. A little bit of time in the middle. Tries to find Lucas and does. Lucas tries to find Gilligas and doesn't. Thornton. Long ball. Tries to go towards the swing. I think anyone that's seen both of these teams in full flow this season will say it's not been their most fluent football today. Today is a bit of a scrap, but that'll be all but forgotten for whoever lifts the trophy. Back towards Chelsea Lucas, and just the control landed a yard or two too far. Annabelle Thornton able to save that one and restart an attack for Maitland. Neal keeps ball under pressure. O'Connor slightly panicked, passed forward from the corner. Thornton now encouraging her Azzurri opponents to come and get it from her before she picks it up. I imagine that will only get more common as the time ticks by. Gothrop. Taken in the middle by Chloe Catley. O'Connor with the clearance. Sophie Stapleford almost makes something out of it, but unable to. Gilligas tries to get the touch on. Knowles plays for the throw in. Aims for a new captain. Gets the 1-2. All through towards Vitno. Cleared at the second attempt. Sophie Nanarovic tries to find Sophie Stapleford. The ball's just not sticking, and then they go forward for Maitland, and it's just heaping that pressure on. Nanarovic. This one she will be able to keep in. She's got swing in front of her. She's put it across the back. And offside. Well, I don't know if that was for Stapleford originally. Well, now we're at that point where we're arguing 5 yards for free kicks. That's what it means. That's how close and tight it is here in the NPLW, the last round, the Premiership decider. Throw in for the home side. Apologies, as Catley against Morley. Comes back to Bartels. Bartels launches it. And it comes straight back at her from Gosner. Out to Amos. Just can't control it and keep it in. Of course, in the quirk of fixturing, these two play each other this week. And 1 versus 2 next week to start our final series. So these two, they've not had enough of each other this season. They are battling again next weekend. That'll just be who gets the home game, because that goes to the team that wins the Premiership. Knowles nods it on. O'Connor gets there. Knowles just gets in front, but Kearney flick by Swing, but doesn't get anywhere. Kearney gets it again. frantic pace now, especially when Azzurri are in control of it. Nenadic tries to thread the needle for Amos, but it drops in swing. And there was a handball there. Toro Paragali came off her hand in the tackle. Gothrop. Nenadic now behind the free kick. Will she take a shot? Will she float it into the back post? She does neither of these, makes me look silly, and goes to the right hand side. Will O'Neill get the throw? Swing back to Neil. Good challenge out there by Georgia Brown, but just results in another throw. And swing. Third in a row, throws for Maitland on that far side. I don't think Joe Wright and his team will be too bothered if it's consistent throw-ins on that far side up at this end of the pitch for a while. Calls for foul there against Togo Paragali. Nothing given. Knowles. Stapleford able to cut it out, tries to thread it for swing, doesn't quite get there, drops to Neil. Neil takes the shot, and well saved by Daniel Bartels. Well, in a first half that was void of too many clear-cut chances, we've had two and they've both come to the home side. No. Ilgus. Gosner. Opts to go back to Thornton for safety. O'Connor. Nenadic bounces out to the left-hand side. Kearney just doesn't quite wrap her foot around it, but it does get there through to Josie Morley. I think that one will be comfortably got by Bartels. Well, a little bit less comfortably than I initially thought, but she does gather it in the end. Flicked on by Vitno, but Gilligas had come up to help her out, very close to her, and wasn't on the last defender. Swing. Swing again. And the strength is out towards Gothrop. She's got Amos on the right hand side. George Amos tries to cut inside. Defending by Azzurri. Will be a corner though. Well, you can feel the tension in the air here at Cook Square Park. 15 minutes to go, just over. Plus a few for injuries, which we've had a couple of at the start of this second half. As it stands, Maitland win the Premiership. One goal to Azzurri means Azzurri win the Premiership. It is that close after an entire season. Corner, put in central, nodded down. There's a scrap in the front of the goal there, but it's eventually cleared. Well, it was chaos, and it was a genuine scrap of about 8 players. Stapleford though has got herself back to get this ball, and Azzurri get the throw. Be a sub here for the home side. Paige Kingston Hogg coming on. She's replacing Josie Morley. And Sienna Fraser-Kelly coming on. And who will she be replacing? Sarah Knowles, who has certainly put in one hell of a shift today. Stapleford tries to play it through straight away to Kingston Hogg. Lucas under pressure from Neil, manages to turn and get him running the right direction, but Neil not giving up and does get the win, but unfortunately just gives it to Fraser-Kelly. Goes again and does get the throw in. Solid work there from Will O'Neill. Gets it to swing. Kingston Hogg almost cuts it out. Nananovic wins the header. And swing, takes the shot. And I think that looked a little bit closer from here. It did clip the back of the net, but it certainly didn't trouble Bartels too much. He certainly knew where it was going. Gothrope. Got Amos on her right hand side, uses her. Swing came inside to show. One ball through, but cleared. And just a miscontrol there by Stapleford. Elias. Ball out to Georgia Brown. Going towards Fraser-Kelly. And Annabella Thornton just picking it up in time. Fraser-Kelly certainly wasn't going to let her take her time. I think that was the instruction for everyone in the Azzurri blue. Swing. Finds Amos on the right hand side. She's only really got Stapleford in the middle to aim for at this point. Swing's now coming in. Gets to Bartels. And will go out for a goal kick. Oh, apologies, I never quite seen how that happened. Not sure if it came off Stapleford after it touched Bartels. But it is a goal kick. Inside the last 12 minutes, plus injury. Vegas just doesn't get the flick on she was looking for. Swing. Takes her time. Eventually gets it to Stapleford, who's in a bit of space, but the flag is up. Well, I can only tell by the reaction of the Maitland bench, who don't seem to be protesting that too much, that must have been offside. It's unlike Stapleford. Catley gets it back to Togo Paragali. And we throw to Gilgis. Goes towards the back post, it drops. Will O'Neill drops there. And wow, that has gone out for a corner kick. Again, another goalmouth scrap. I think that was Will O'Neill that managed to get herself in between the shots. But it was just a mass of bodies at that point, and that's what it is at this point. It is everything being thrown at it. Togo Paragali for the corner. Bartels was almost inside the attacking half as well. Corner to the back post. Lucas wins it. Gets to Annabelle Thornton. She wins it, and they have gone for it. Georgia Amos. It is now almost 2-on-2. Amos has Stapleford. Amos continues, and that will certainly be a yellow card for Chelsea Lucas. I'm not sure if that was out of trying to stop the attack or sheer tiredness after the 70-metre sprint. It was, of course, Lucas's header that went into Thornton's hands, who released Amos on that counter-attack. There'll be a free kick, which I'm sure there'll be no rush to take. Free kick taken towards the back post. And in that little corridor of uncertainty, there's certainly a lot of encouragement, as you can hear, coming from the Charlestown Azzurri supporters. And for anyone who's a fan of our Premier competitions, be it NPL or Northern League One, the last couple of weeks has shown that it is absolutely not over till it's over. Free kick to Azzurri. Bartels to take. Got plenty to aim for up front. Fraser Kelly, Vitno. Goes towards Fraser Kelly. Drops out to the right hand side. Martin. Cuts inside. Stapleford wins a tackle, and Stapleford's away. Doesn't have much in front of her though. She's got Nswing for company, who's now going. That's who she goes for. Togo Paragali took it and gets there, but Nswing hasn't given up, and she's now holding off Togo Paragali, and will get the free kick, and that is fantastic work by Mary Nswing. Didn't quite have the pace to get the first ball, but did not leave Togo Paragali's side. Eventually won the ball, and then Togo Paragali and her rush to try and get it gives away the free kick. In a pretty dangerous position. Stapleford and Nanadovic over the set piece as usual. We're going left or right. Azzurri wall split to try and cover a bit of both. Ball dropped to the back post, and eventually just goes out for the goal kick. Reminder that next week is the start of the NPL Women's Final Series here in Northern New South Wales. We know who it will be playing in these games. It will be, I'll come back to that in a sec, but it will be these two doing battle again next week. Just a matter of who gets the home game. And of course it will be Newhampton versus Newcastle Olympic in the other. And these two will be battling this week for a premiership, and next week for a spot in a grand final. Vitno unfortunately keeps it in there. Ball does go out. Lana Kearney. Swing, tries to touch it on for Stapleford. Togo Paragili gets there in front. And Swing again with the pressure, but Throw in goes Azzurri way. Flicked on by Vitno. Cleared by O'Connor. Stapleford gets it inside to Gothrop. Gosner sends Amos on a run. She's got Brown for company. Deciding whether to turn inside or out. Decides to front her up. Back to Nenadic. Still under pressure, but she's made the run. Drops. Well, Gothrop just on the edge of the box there. Sophie Nenadic's pure persistence got that cross in. We are inside the final 5 minutes. Of course, the always disclaimer of plus injury time, and there will be a little bit of that. Have Maitland done enough? That is the question. But no. Expecting a little bit more support. Kearney under pressure from Gilligas. Nenadic just getting a body in front, getting it back to Thornton, who delayed probably a little bit longer than Joe Wright would have wanted for his grey hairs and heart safety. A few more of them and he'll be struggling to get through the night. Throw in quickly taken by Maitland, who are looking to make a sub shortly. All played through, but strangely, given the situation of the game, no one anywhere near the last defenders of Maitland for Charlestown Azzurri. Here, Heath White sharing out some instructions, a little bit of a change of shape. Chelsea Lucas, which might be outdone by numbers there. Lana Kearney just goes for the throw in. Sienna Fraser-Kelly certainly going more central with Holly Vitno dropping into that 10 role. No foul there. Chelsea Lucas gets the ball, tries to cross it. And it will go out for a corner kick. Corner kick with 2 minutes to go. Again, it'll be Alyssa Togo Paragali. Well, they were very close from the last corner. From a Chelsea Lucas header. Will it be the same again? Togo Paragali with the corner. Towards the back post. It bounces off and it goes in! It's a goal for Charlestown Azzurri! Well, I'm not 100% sure who came off in the last minute, but it's a goal for Charlestown Azzurri, and we are in the 90th minute. It doesn't get much more dramatic than that. Well, they've been pushing all night, have the away side. And there'll be a sub here for the home side. Well, decided to go against the sub, but now it is all or nothing for Maitland. As it stands, Maitland are on 42 points and Azzurri now on 43 points. Ball drops to Chelsea Lucas. Gets in swing. Again, just a reminder, a goal for Maitland puts the Premiership back in their hands. We are into injury, almost into injury time now. Stapleford gets the cross in. Dropped by Bartels. Shot taken by Gothrop, but it's over. Well, that was the chance. Was it the last chance? That's the question. Well, a slight lull and a little bit of silence here. Sub for the home side. It is Lana Kearney going off for Sophie Jones. And how the tables turn, Bartels certainly not in any huge rush to take this. I imagine there will be some significant injury time, which we are into now. Gothrop with a header. Drops to Lucas. Can't be controlled there by Martin. Lucas, who's mostly dropped a bit deeper. Kingston Hogg goes. Well, free kick is there. Kingston Hogg certainly was going to get the ball if she could, and if she couldn't, she certainly left a mark on Danielle Bartels. Well, Bartels down injured again. Certainly no blame on her there. She certainly was on the brunt of a challenge from Paige Kingston Hogg. Just adding to the drama, time being added on. Well, hardly anything has separated these teams the entire season. 2 points on the final day. 2 draws in the league. 1 in the cup. And then another cup win by 1 goal for Azzurri. And is it going to be 1 goal for Azzurri again tonight? The free kick will be taken by Bartels. Inside the 93rd minute. I wouldn't be surprised if we hit 96 or 97 today. Stapleford straight back up. Gemma Simon gets the clearance. Stapleford. O'Connor goes across to Nadovic. She's got Will O'Neill on her right hand side under pressure, but gets it out to Neil. Amos is there. Goes inside to Amos. Amos just outnumbered. Free kick given to Mary Gilligas. Well, there is a lot of people looking at watches and phones, trying to work out exactly how long it's going to be played. Ball played through towards Amos. Just can't quite get there. It'll be a goal kick for the away side. The team currently in first position. It has been a wild ride to get to this point, but as it stands, Azzurri will be premiers unless we have another little bit of last minute drama. It's a Maitland throw. That definitely is a Maitland throw. Sorry, definitely is an Azzurri throw. And they are not in any rush to take it, unsurprisingly. Chelsea Lucas nods it on, tries to find Fraser Kelly. Fraser Kelly gives it away from the throw-in. Great call by our officials there. Again, Vicknell knocks it out for the throw. Full time! And Charlestown Azzurri are your 2025 NPLW premiers. They finished first on the very last day in the last couple of minutes. Well, it is going to be an interesting week next week and an interesting final series. These two will come up against each other next week. But for now, it ends Maitland 0, Charlestown Azzurri 1. That means Charlestown Azzurri finish on 43 points, Maitland finish on 42 points. And that means your premiers for 2025 are Charlestown Azzurri. There will be the trophy and medal presentation for Azzurri coming up very shortly. Thank you very much for joining us. Don't forget to stick around for the trophy presentation, and of course for next week's finals. It is again these two teams going against each other, and it will be at Lyle Carr Oval, as Maitland have had today. They have finished second. They will travel to the premiers next weekend, and all those details will shortly be on the Northern New South Wales Football website. But for now, my name's been Liam Bentley. I'm signing off, and congratulations to Charlestown Azzurri, your 2025 Northern New South Wales NPLW Premiers.